Good evening, fellow racers. It's your boy Vexed again, and we are back once again with the Alpha 1 Make series. Well, we finally made it. We are here in the final round. This is the final 3 races from the Alpha 1 Make. I'd like to say a big thank you to Hodgie for hosting this league. It's been, this championship has been a thoroughly good championship. Some brilliant racing from all the drivers on the grid. We've had a lot of different people taking the win. Be interesting to see who actually is crowned the champion of this one. We'll get a rundown at the end of it. Will Toten manage to hold on to that first slot? Will Mawson be able to catch up to him and maybe overtake him? We've also currently got Brian Moncani. He's sat in 3rd place currently before these 3 rounds, so be interesting to see if he manages to hold on to that 3rd place, or will Ice Chan manage to make a dent. Anyway, without further ado, we'll have a quick rundown through the grid. So we've got HRT Lacko, who is a newcomer here. I believe it's one of Totem's friends, but he's joining us this evening, and nice to see a new face on track. We've also got Ice Chand, he's there in 2nd place. We've got Dan Bailey is in 3rd, Toten is in 4th place, Mawson is in 5th, we've got Vexed in 6th, Hodgie is in 7th, Palmer, he's in 8th place, and Slowpoke is bringing up the rear in 9th. So we're missing a few cars here. I think we're missing Flash, we're missing Grasshopper, and a couple of other people. Can't quite remember off the top of my head, but without further ado, should we get into it? I think it's about time, isn't it? Let's get into it. And that was a well premature klaxon boy, so he goes again. And they are off. So HRT Lacko getting quite a good start there. I think Dan Bailey, he's had a decent start in the background as well. He's looking for that move on Ice Totem. Not going to quite get it done there though. As they approach Harlekill Bend. Oh, somebody getting edged out wide there. I think it was Dan Bailey. I think there was a bit of contact between Dan Bailey and Toten. Toten nudging him off slightly out wide. He's still there though, he's still in 4th place as Dan Bailey. So Toten, he's moved up to 3rd place. Dan Bailey, he's in 4th. He's being hounded by Mawson, who's there in that green 155. He's decided to change the colour for this final round. Oh, I think that was Hodgie. Hodgie in the background there as well. Hodgie's gone deep. I think he's off. I think he was on the gravel, on the grass. So we've got Lacko, followed by Ice Chan, followed by Toten, followed by Mawson, Dan Bailey, Vexed, he's there as well. And then Palmer's in 7th, but he's just picked up a 2 seconds worth of penalty, so that's going to hurt his efforts. Hodgie, even though he went off, he's actually picked up a 1.5 second penalty as well, so also going to hamper his efforts. I think that's going to let Slowpoke through. I think he's going to manage to get both of them back, get past both of them guys as they serve them penalties. Should we stay on board just to have a look? And then we'll have a go back on board with the race lead. Oh, Hodgie again! Hodgie going really deep for that last turn. He's looking a little bit out of shape here, isn't he, Hodgie? That's unlucky, Hodgie. So yeah, Slowpoke, as predicted, he's moved up to 7th place. And then we've got Palmer, he's in 8th, and Hodgie in 9th. So HRT Lacko, he's managed to get a good getaway, hasn't he? Raj not really pressuring him just yet, but only on the 2nd lap, so still all to play for. Like Raj actually closing up quite close to the back of Lacko then for that last turn, but not close enough to go for a move. Got Toten in the mix there as well. So your top 3 currently are Lacko, Ice Chand, Toten. Then we got Mawson, Dan Bailey and Vexed. That's 4th to 6th. Ice Chan going for the Lemon Humbug this week. I think Ice has actually had a different colour livery for every event he's attended throughout this championship. Lacko, he's going to have to serve that penalty. That's let Chan through. Chan's managed to go through. He's taking that pole position, taking that 1st place. Toten's trying to make his way through as well though. Has he got the momentum? I don't think he's quite got the momentum to get past just yet. We'll go on board with Toten for just a second. Mawson actually putting in the fastest lap there of a 1:29.7. Looked like Totem was having a sniff up the inside then, but didn't quite have the beams to get past Lacko, so still currently following in third. Looks like Lacko's actually trying to make a comeback against Raj there as well. Raj's going to have to drive defensively if he wants to keep hold of that first place. I think he will do though. We have seen Raj he's quite comfortable at the front of the pack and he's a very good defender. Looked like he almost went a little bit deep for that last turn. That lost a bit of his momentum, I feel, and Lacko's managed to creep back up. He's closed that gap again, but Toten's also right with him too. Raj having to cover off that inside. Looks like Toten's going to manage to make a move. Is he getting through? He's not quite through. Yeah, Lacko managed to slot back in front of him there. These three are very close here up the front, aren't they? So we've still currently got Ice Chan, followed by Lacko, followed by Toten. Oh, looking like Lacko's got the run. I think he's managed to take that position off of Raj. He's sent it up the inside, he's there, he's taking that first place away. Raj's going to have to stay in second for just a minute. Meanwhile, Mawson's crept up there as well, so it's now a 4-car train at the front of this pack. We've also got Dan Bailey and Vex there, not far behind. So the top 6 all still in contention for the win currently. Just past the 5-minute mark. It's Ice Chan trying to send it around the outside. He's going to get it done. I think he might have done. Oh, that's a great move there from Raj. I don't think Lacko was expecting that. He's still there though. He's still managed to keep that inside. He's managed to retake that first position. These two having a bit of a mammoth battle at the front though. Toten's there as well. As they go too wide for that last turn, it was almost 3 wide coming down this straight. So Ice, he's managed to retake that first position. Toten's moved through to second. Then we've got Lacko in third. Mawson's there in fourth. Dan Bailey's starting to challenge him though. He's in 5th. Vex is there in 6th. These guys racing really closely tonight. Obviously, as you can see, we are at Brands Hatch in the UK. Good old Blighty. Dan Bailey in the background there, looking for a move on Mawson again, but not quite close enough. Looks like Lacko trying to get back past Toten as well. So I have a quick rundown through the grid. We're trying to stay on board and stay with the action here, but it looks like they're in a nice spacing again now. So we've got Ice Chan followed by Toten. He's followed by Lacko. Then we've got Mawson in 4th. Dan Bailey 5th. Vex 6th. Palmer, he's having a bit of a lonely race. He's in 7th. Oh, he's got Hodgie on his tail though. Hodgie's in 8th. And Slowpoke, not sure what happened to Slowpoke. He's dropped way off the back of the field now, so the race is definitely with the front 6. Ice Chan. Ice Chan actually putting in the fastest lap there of a 1:29.312. Iceman pumping out them laps. He's actually managed to extend that gap to Toten now as well. I think because Toten's having to drive quite defensively against Lacko, he's not been able to take the optimum line, so Toten looking a little bit out of shape for that last turn. He took a bit of grass there. It's going to slow him down slightly. Lacko still not quite close enough to get the move done. Looked like there was a bit of a concertina through that last turn. Still all over the back of his bumper though. Lacko is looking for a way past, but seemingly not finding one as yet. And if they keep squabbling too much, they are going to let Ice get away. There goes Lacko, he goes for the move. Oh, I think there was contact between him and... Yeah, he's going to have to slow down for Toten. It's a bit of an optimistic move, but he had to go for it, didn't he? So meanwhile, Mawson, he's managed to go through to second place. He's still being challenged by Dan Bailey in third. Vexed, he's done alright, hasn't he? He's managed to make his way up to fourth. And then Toten, he's rejoined in fifth. Lacko's there in sixth. He did the right thing though, didn't he? Showing good sportsmanship there from Lacko. He stopped for Toten, let him retake that position, and it was just one of them. It was just the nature of the track, sweeping left, sweeping right-hand corner. We'll call it a Lesmo. Just going up the inside and sliding sideways, and not really anything he could do there. Toten actually looking a little bit out of shape anyway. I think he's trying to optimise the track limits, but it's costing him somewhat. These two still having a great battle. Then we've got Palmer and Hodgie. 7th and 8th. See if these guys can catch up to the rest of the pack. They're not too far off the back of them, to be fair. That little mishap between Toten and Lacko, that may have decreased that gap somewhat. Hodgie repping Hambridge Transport livery. Shout out to our sponsors, Hambridge Transport Limited and upshift.co.uk. Or is it upshift.com and digitalmotorsports.co.uk? Either way, they are the sponsors. Hambridge Transport being the main sponsor for all your logistical needs. Slowpoke, he's there in 9th. I think he's written this one off. I think he's just gonna bring the car home in this one. Looks like he's got a bit of damage there on the front of that Alpha, so maybe there was an incident that we didn't see. I'm not too sure. Meanwhile, Ice, he's still up in first place. Just past the 11-minute mark. He was under some pressure from Toten and Lacko, but as you saw, they had a bit of a coming together, and that's let... Actually, Mawson, he's looking for a move. He's quite right up onto the back of Raj now. He's really putting Raj under some pressure. He's going to manage to keep that first place. He was covering it off. He was covering off that inside. Mawson having to just stick with him for a minute. Firmly in Raj's toe now, though. Mawson's still there. Mawson's still looking for the move. He's looking down the outside. Raj covering off the inside. He's going to get a switcheroo. Whoa. It was a close one, but not quite close enough. Nearly managing to come alongside through that last turn. I think it was turn 3. We got another spinner, not sure who that was. Just seen it on the track map, top right. We'll have a quick look, but at the moment we've got a battle forming between Mawson and Ice Chand. Oh, it's Mawson, he has a bit of a moment, bit of a slide. Dan Bailey's managed to get through. Good move there from Dan Bailey. Mawson a little bit on the back foot through that turn as he lost control slightly of his car, managed to save it, but let's let Dan Bailey get through. He's taken that second position away from him. Mawson, he's still trying to fight back though. But he's going to have to be going defensive again soon because Vex is starting to creep up there as well. Looking like Vex has got the slightly better tyres, but is he close enough? Oh, it's Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey's on the moment. That's going to let Mawson back through. He manages to get through. Is Vex going to get through as well? I think he might do. And he does. He manages to send it up the inside. But Dan Bailey's coming back now as well. He's going to... I thought he was going to attempt to move through that last turn. Not the wisest turn to be going for moves as it is downhill and off camber. Car's tending to want to slide to the outside, so that's a nice little nice bit of luck there for Vexed. He managed to follow Mawson through past Dan Bailey after we had that moment on turn 1. I was Toten going really deep in the background there as well. He looked like he carried a lot of speed through that last turn, but it cost him. He slid out onto the grass. He's a little way off the back of Dan Bailey now. This is going to be coming up to the final lap. This may in fact be the final lap. Stay on board with our race leader. And it is. So here we go, Ice Chand. He's managed to take the first win out of 3. Mawson, he's brought it home in 2nd place. Then we've got Vexed. He's managed to make it home in 3rd. Dan Bailey is 4th. Toten 5th. Palmer 6th. Lacko. He's going to finish in 7th, isn't he? As these two come up to the line, they're actually... Oh no. Oh, I thought they were going to have a little bit of a battle there. I thought Lacko was close enough, but... Lacko takes 7th place. Hodgie, he's brought it home in 8th. Slowpoke. Not sure what happened to Slowpoke, as I say. I don't know if we missed a moment or an incident, but... He's going to bring it home in 9th place. That'll be some decent points for him there. That's going to help him out. Be interested to see where he finishes. There we go, Slowpoke bringing it home in 9th. Well, that was race 1, guys, and I will see you for the next one. I've been your boy Vexed. Good night.